You're the hardest working lady in show business, I'm telling you.
Well, it's easy like Sunday morning. I just love that you made us a fragrance that makes women feel beautiful, that makes me feel calm and relaxed. And you guys, I can tell you that not only is it just a beautiful, beautiful bottle, so luxurious, you know, just with the label and the boxing, but this really is easy. I wore it today and I went shopping. My husband was like, I can't believe you're going shopping before your show. This fragrance is a
Of course you did.
pick-me-up. Of course.
Of course you did.
Because what else would I be doing? You need to be shopping for this, you guys, because it's so light and airy, it's cheerful and happy. And that's the way I felt when I was shopping and I was getting compliments. Oh, you smell so delicious. It's easy like Sunday morning. And this 3.4 ounce is a jumbo size. It should be $59, okay? This Rollerball that you can put in your purse, put in your gym bag, have it with you at any time is like $20. It's a $79 value. And tonight, we have an incredible offer for you so that you are only spending $29.95. And it's $5.99 to get home. It's an incredible gift. And I feel like it's the gift of love because when you smell this fragrance, Lionel, and I have to ask you, was this harder than making music? Because I get that you are utilizing the notes to make a beautiful song, and now you're utilizing the notes to make a beautiful fragrance. Is this an extension of just your musical talent, if you will?
All right, Debbie, so let me make an announcement right now. There was nothing easy about writing easy. Let me just say that perfectly. And the second thing I want to make an announcement on is there was nothing easy about this fragrance being easy like Sunday morning. I had to go back and learn what the heck I was doing because I had this brainstorm of an idea, which is, okay, I have a song that the whole world knows, thank God. And by the way, it evokes a feeling, a mood. People feel great around that song. Now, I thought, well, I would love to have a fragrance with that same title. So what is that all about? And how do I get started? Well, there are only 12 notes in the music world, only 12 notes. In the fragrance world, there are a gazillion different ways to roam. Every note has a certain emphasis on what it brings forward. You just can't have lavender and vanilla and say that's it. When you start putting things together and combinations together of notes, now you get into the specifics of what do you want it to smell like. Now, I have a problem, Debbie, and that is I'm also a Gemini. And if you know anything about a Gemini,
yes, I do.
Getting all of us to agree, getting all of us to agree on what is the final for the song, and now what is the final for the fragrance? I almost lost my mind. But the truth of the matter is we finally got to the conclusion that it took a moment, but I finally got the agreement from all of my Gemini partners that this is the way to go. I tell you what I was looking for. What I was looking for was I don't want anything overbearing. It has to be something subtle, but at the same time, it has a definite mark. You know what it is, but you can't quite put your finger on exactly what it is. And it morphs into what you are, opposed to spraying it and everybody goes, ah, I know what fragrance you have on. That's not what I wanted. I wanted something easy, something serene, something warm, and more importantly than ever, it has to be sexy. Otherwise, I can't touch it.
It is sexy. You bringing sexy back now. I know that's a different song, but...
Thank you very much. You worked it all right, Debbie.
But I love that this is so easy. It is light and airy. You just need a little bit, a little dab, those little points.
That's exactly.
And I think right off the top notes, you smell a little hint of grapefruit, which to me is refreshing and light. A little bit of almond.
Great nose.
Oh.
Great nose.
Yes. Very cozy.
Great nose.
And I love that you were inspired by your garden. So there's a hint of floral but the floral in it, so there's the almond blossom and the grapefruit on the top,
Right.
which is very refreshing,
Right.
very effervescent, wakes you up. And then you get the jasmine in the middle notes and the freesia, and that's light and romantic and like a walk through the garden. And then there's the sexiness, the sandalwood, and here's your garden. So tell me how you were
There it is.
inspired by your garden, right?
Well, I tried my best to say, how do I get started? And it was suggested to me, what does your garden smell like? And so I said, I don't know. I mean, let's go check it out. And of course, as I was walking through the garden, I realized, oh my God, there's orange. Oh my God, there's all of my fragrances are right there. And then the next thing is the gentleman said was, now let's put that in a bottle. Let's figure out how we actually put this together. But I had all the fragrances there. It's just that now what I had to learn was how much of this and how much of that. And like I said, that's when I started going a little bit nuts, because you could add just a little bit too much grapefruit and it changes the whole flavor completely. So I found myself really taking a lesson. Slowly but surely we'll get to the answer. I'm going to say it again. There was nothing easy about easy, but I found it. I got it. Let me also give you a little hint on this. Let me give you, Debbie, my secret weapon, the rollerball.
The rollerball. I love it because, I mean, just a little bit right behind the ear, you know, just a little bit.
You understand?
Are you getting these gifts for
so you don't, yeah, so
you
you don't have to leave the room.
No.
Here's what I want you to understand. A lot of people have to go and spray the whole table. You don't have to spray the table. You don't have to leave and go to a private place. This can secretly go into the pocket, instantly come out, and in the process of just, ladies and gentlemen, the secret weapon has been delivered, and you have nothing else to worry about. I have found that a lot of times people like to apply while sitting at the table, which means everybody smells like the fragrance by the time you leave. That's not easy like Sunday morning. Easy like Sunday morning is easy like Sunday morning is subtle, ladies and gentlemen. And I believe in sneaking up on people and making them say, my God, what is that? What do you have on? Now you've got the right stuff going.
I agree. You guys, this price for $29.95, first of all, is just an amazing value, but it really is just a beautiful, amazing fragrance. Just put price aside, because it should be about just what makes you feel beautiful, light and airy and cozy and sultry. And it's a huge bottle that you will have and on beautiful on your vanity for quite some time. And then you have your rollerball that you can put in your purse and travel with. You're gonna get so many compliments on it because it's light. And what you'll love about it, and I want you to talk about this, if you love a little bit of the outdoors, right? If you like to garden, I love that you're a country boy from Tuskegee, Alabama, so you know about the woods.
Come on now, be careful, watch out, watch out.
So is this like the woods meets the garden? It's like the notes are from your experience of maybe being out in the woods when you were a kid in Alabama, and then now you're in California and you have your beautiful garden. There's a little bit of that woodsiness and spice and sultry to it, but then there's that light, romantic floral, that just a hint of sweetness.
Yeah. I'm going to use the word, and I think what I was going after when you say woodsy, the word is also fresh.
Yes.
A lot of times it gets so heavy in musk, it gets so heavy in the fragrances that it gets really, it's not light. I wanted a fresh feeling, so every time you apply, it's not layering on top of layering of heaviness. It gets lighter, it gets more refreshing, and you feel like you don't over apply. You don't over apply this thing. Remember now, I have been around, I'll say, the fragrance business for a long time, not as so much a wearer of the product, but how about the recipient of the product? In other words, there are more people that walk up to me and say, Lionel, let me give you a hug.
Yes.
And there's nothing like getting a hug, and you can't leave that fragrance for the rest of the night. I mean, you've been branded. In this case, it's subtle. It will not travel. It's just You know what I'm saying? You're not going to run away and say, oh my God, I have this one fragrance on that I hugged a lady 5 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago.
Right,
It's still with me.
right. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I know. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. You hugged Miss Evelyn, and you were like, I still have Miss Evelyn on me. No, this is a very
And you
light.
remember Miss Evelyn's name.
You will do that. And you know what? Speaking of remembering, this is creating memories. And I think this is a wonderful gift. I want you guys to call us right now. I want you to show Lionel Richie some love. We opened up our testimonial line, and I want you to tell us what's your favorite song. Because is it Hello? Is it Easy? Was it when he was co-founder of the Commodores? Brick, she's a brick.
Wow.
House. I mean, I remember dancing to that. I love.
Debbie, I got to tell you something. I laugh now when I go to places across the board. Think about it, Stuck on Yous and all the things just to be close to you. And I always tease people now. I said, is that politically correct now, or is it not politically correct? Because, to say brick house back in the day, that was the compliment of life. And now I have to ask permission now. I'm going to say this. Is that cool with you? And they go, yeah, baby. You can say that all day long,
Hey, I tell people all the time, back in the college day, I was a 36, 24, 36. Wow,
Come on, Debbie, come on.
Lionel, you made me fine back in the day. I was like, I have those measurements. So I absolutely adore all of your music from the Commodores. You're such a wonderful songwriter. We Are the World, co-writing that with Michael Jackson. What was that like?
Debbie, every time, I think back on it, it's what a special time in life, in my life, to be able to have the opportunity where you speak on behalf of the world. I mean, you have to understand you're putting a song back into the world that's not only just a song, it's an anthem, and will be an anthem to this day. I still will go into my grandkids' school, and they're singing "We Are the World" as if it's an anthem, and it's a forever song. And when Michael and I first started writing that song, I must tell you, we didn't plan on it being all of that. It was going to be big, but we didn't realize it was going to be around the world simultaneously forever. And when I say that forever, I mean the day we launched it, it played around the world, same time around the world.
Wow.
Now, once we got, again, 20, 30 years later, that song is still playing today and is as popular today. And we're still raising money today from the USA for Africa. Still to this day, we're still raising money.
That's incredible. That's who you are. And I feel like you can tell that you have such a big heart even when you smell this beautiful scent, because it's happy and it's cheerful and it's optimistic. And that's what We Are the World was all about. And I really do sense that in your fragrance. I mean, it's so calming, it's so relaxing. It's a de-stressor. There's, so much going on in the world today, and you want us to be able to wake up in the morning and have an easy morning and know that everything's gonna be all right. And that's what I think this fragrance is all about.
You are nailing it on the head. I think the word, I'm gonna use that word, I like that, optimistic. In a world today that's so filled with heaviness and it's not light at all. Aromatherapy to me has always been necessary, because just as a great song, you can remember where you were, who you were with, all the intricate things about that particular song. Well, a fragrance is the same way. You can smell something and go, oh, I know exactly what that was about. It transports you back to a great memory, something that feels great about your life. Well, that's the business I like to be in. I like to be in the business of motivation, sparking people's interest in relaxing for once. There are some things you want to be vibrant. There are some fragrances coming that are going to be just that. But this one was specifically designed for chill. This is the one where you get to be...
Yes.
You don't have to work hard. You don't have to work hard here. This is a chill in a bottle, if you will.
It is. This is chill time. This is relax. This is de-stress. This is, I don't care what kind of day you had or what kind of week you had. When you put this on, you just feel happy and cheerful. I can't explain it. I put it on and I said, you know what? I'm going to go shopping real quick, honey. I'll be right back. But these top notes, when you wake up in the morning, if you like a juicy grapefruit, there's this freshness. And it's just a little pick-me-up, a little hint of almond, which is actually cozy. And then those middle notes, if you love your garden, like Lionel Richie loves his garden, when you spray this on, just a hint of jasmine that is so soft and romantic. It's a light floral, not a heavy floral. But if you like a pick-me-up, you're gonna get that right off the top. The jasmine is gonna give you that romantic, light, soft floral with the freesia as well. And the Waterlily is also very, very calming. And then the patchouli. I love that you put a little hint of patchouli, honey, because that's the sexiness. And that's when I want to dance to all night long.
You know, Debbie, I can stop talking. Listen, if you realize just how long it took me, that little statement you made of all the various notes, how long it took me to learn the actual values of each one of them, you just nailed it off. I know you do this for a living, but I'm so impressed because I had to go back to learn that this one will give you this kind of impact. This one will give you this impact. Jasmine will give you that impact. Now, you've got them. Now, how do you titrate them so they all have a certain value? Now, once I figured that out, I was off to the races. But that was not an easy course to take. That was actually something I had to study. And to my amazement, I actually kind of got it right. I think I did.
You definitely got it right. And a shout out to everybody on Facebook.
Right.
You got it right. You nailed it. That's why I said you're an overachiever. I mean, who gets inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, wins a Grammy, wins an Oscar, Golden Globe, I mean, judge of American Idol. You just got off of tour. And then you're not only making hit songs, you're making beautiful notes with your fragrance. I want to give a shout out to everybody on Facebook. Shout out to Robin Rush. She said all of your songs are my favorite because each one has its own personality. My ringtone on my phone is hello. Then shout out to...
Thank you, Robin.
That's Robin. And then there's Gil Jackson. Would love to get this. You guys get it home. Patty doesn't get any better than Lionel Richie. Renee Morton. Patchouli has great benefits as an essential oil. And then Selena said both scents are amazing. So yes, that patchouli is that's that sultry and sensual. I don't know how you did it to have this happy, light, cheerful, optimistic fragrance. And then it's like, ooh, hello. It's a little sultry too, you know?
Well,
it's wonderful.
At the end of the day, there's a phrase I like to use. How does it make you feel?
Yes.
How does it make you feel? Now, that is the point that works for me.
Beautiful.
When you finish hearing a song, when it's Easy Like Sunday Morning or Hello or whatever the case may be, how does it make you feel? The fragrance has to do the exact same thing. It has to bring you in and then give you a feeling, some type of closure as to what do you feel like. And I'm telling you, I know I was the guinea pig for this because I needed to be chilled while I was doing this because believe me, when you travel around the world as much as I do, when you have schedules as much as I do, what's going to bring me down to earth? I need things that are not going to excite me, but make me feel calm. And what's that word I like to use throughout all of life? If your life is not sexy, you missed it.
That's right, because you have to have that sexiness because that's part of love. You guys, you're gonna love this fragrance. Trust me on this. It's beautiful and it really is a breath of fresh air. It really is like a walk through Lionel's garden. And it's a feel for his love songs that relax you and calm you and add you know, make you have that confidence and make you feel beautiful on the inside. Here is Lionel Richie's beautiful garden. Now, I have to ask, are you, for Thanksgiving, is anything coming out of your garden, Lionel? What's on the plate for Thanksgiving? Do you have something coming out of your garden
Well,
here?
well, let me make this perfectly clear. My garden is all about beautiful flowers, beautiful plants. Now, all the food that I'm going to be eating for Thanksgiving will not come out of my garden. It's going to be from the farm, I promise you. I am going to attack a turkey as soon as I can with my family. Can I
Good.
say that? Can I say that on the air? Everybody jumped out, got nervous. No, the turkey is still happening. All right, the turkey is still happening. But I want you, in this world, in this day and age of politically correct, I don't want to talk about the turkey if the turkey could cancel me at any moment. I just
Hey, you're from Tuskegee, Alabama. Come on now. I'm from the South. I'm from Texas, and we just eat meat. That's just what
come
that
on.
is. So you got to enjoy that
Okay,
turkey.
okay,
Maybe even a little ham.
okay.
You
In that
deserve
case,
it.
it's going to be ham and turkey. Thank you very much. I can talk about it. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And I want to talk about your fans too, because I feel like by creating this fragrance, you're also giving them a voice. You write all of these beautiful songs, and you've written beautiful songs for so many people. And I don't even know if people know, like Kenny Rogers' "Lady," that you wrote that beautiful song for him. This is
Yeah,
a beautiful
yeah,
song.
yeah.
I think in your fragrance that you've written for all of your fans. So how do your fans inspire you?
Well, Debbie, you hit it dead on the head. I think what I like to do is take my fans on a journey. Plus, let me just say something. I have been on a journey since I met the Commodores. You have to understand, for every day that I live and breathe, thank God for the Commodores, because I never would have discovered Lionel Richie ever, because they took me outside of my comfort zone and they introduced me to the creative side of me. In other words, if it's not in your presence, then bring it to the present. And so, would you like to hear a song? Yes. Have you heard the song before? No. Bring it forward. I learned that I was a songwriter. As time went on, I started trusting myself as a songwriter. Then I started trusting myself as a lead vocalist. I was not a singer. I did not come from the high school and college choir. I joined the Commodores, not knowing that I was a lead singer. So I discovered something else about
Wow.
myself. Now, what I've learned about fans is they want to take the journey with you.
Absolutely.
Some like to tell me I was there with you when you did the Commodores tour, and I was there with the Jackson 5 tour. That I can't even remember that, it's so far back. But then you think about where we are today. What's next for Lionel Richie? And they want to be a part of that journey. So what I do now is I say, let me create something that will be another fantasy, another journey for this wonderful group of people that are actually kind of interested in what I'm doing. And that's why I got fascinated about the fragrance, because if you fell in love with the music, if I get it right, you'll fall in love with the fragrance.
You fall in love with this. You do. This is about love. It's about confidence. It's a dreamy fragrance, and it's very light. So if you like very light, very soft, airy, calm, relaxing, this is not a very strong fragrance like you get on an elevator and you're like,
No.
whoa, what does she have on? This is a hint.
Right.
You have those. That happens. You know.
No, you're right.
This is so soft and so cozy and sultry that it's just a beautiful breath of fresh air. Like, I feel like somebody's going to want to give you a hug. And that's what you've done for us. So for $5.99, you guys get this home. It makes a beautiful gift. It's the gift of confidence, the gift of love, the gift of happiness. It really is just a cheerful, happy, optimistic fragrance. I can't explain it. You smell it and you just smile. And there's so much going on in the world. I feel like, it's aromatherapy because it is a de-stressor. And I just love that you wanted to make women feel beautiful. Is there a woman in your life that inspired you, that said, you know what, I want every woman to feel beautiful. I want every woman to feel happy and cheerful, but also sexy with these notes. Who is someone who maybe inspired you?
Listen, I have spent my entire life, I'm with a beautiful lady, Lisa, and I will tell you, she on a daily basis is my critique of life. And so when she says things like, I like the way that smells, I like the way that works, I take that as the hint. That's me talking. That's my world. That's my house. So when you start dealing with things outside of that, you start thinking, well, there are other people in life that probably want the same kind of response. Most guys, I'll say this personally, most guys will probably get it wrong because they don't know. It takes the female to say, oh my God, that's amazing. And so in my case, I've kind of made it easy for you. I kind of set the tape up where give her this, play this song. I promise you, you'll be okay. Did I say that correctly?
Well, I love that you love Lisa and that she inspired you. Thank you, Lisa. This is why this is so beautiful. Shout out on Facebook to Shady Corvette. She said, I worked at the first disco that opened in Kansas City in the 70s and played a lot of the Commodores. So a lot of people are just giving you a shout out. Shout out to Donna. Karen says, I love All Night Long. I always rush to the dance floor. You guys, you need to rush to the phones and give us a call and share these stories with him. Talk to Lionel on the phone. Our testimonial line is 1-866-376-8255. And let us know your favorite song and order this, because this is a collector's item from a rock and roll Hall of Famer. 125 million albums. And just such a beautiful person inside and out. Wonderful songwriter. And that's why his music makes you dance. That's why it makes you just sway from side to side. I mean, my husband told me to tell you that his favorite song is Love Will Find a Way. And he had a band in Dallas for 10 years.
No way.
Love, yep.
Are you kidding me?
That's my hubby's favorite.
You know, so let me tell you what's happening. It's so funny. All the songs we think are the obvious, okay? When you come to my show, I'm going to let you in on a hint. Everyone comes to the show, and I expect them to be there to hear me sing. That's not what's going to happen. They come to the show, I start the song off, and they take over. It's karaoke at its finest, because I'm sitting on stage going, would you like for me to sing the song? And the crowd takes off. And your hubby, with the Love Will Find a Way, is one of those songs where we probably never get to in the show, because, I mean, how ironic. That's one of my favorite songs, though. I will tell you, wrote that with Greg Fillinganes, and it's one of those songs that just rolls along. It's so funky. And shout out to your husband. That was great.
Yes.
I love it.
Mr. Richard, you just got a shout out from Lionel Richie. You guys, if you would like to get this home, $5.99 for the light, easy going fragrance, easy like Sunday morning, hence the name. It is so cheerful and optimistic, but yet sultry and sexy at the same time. We also have the fragrance Hello, and I don't have a lot to go around, but with this price of being 60% off the easy like Sunday morning, then I would also pick up his other fragrance Hello. I can tell you that we only have, I think, 1,100 left in women's, and about 2,000 left in men. The men with the black top, 2,000, and then we have about 1,100 in the women with the white. And you know, hats off to you, because this was the first fragrance sold out, but it also made like the top 10 list of the best fragrances in the world. So congrats.
How about that? This was supposed to be an experiment to see if it was believable. In other words, you know, you just don't want to jump out there and do something and people would say, oh my God, what's Lionel trying to do now? And what